Laurel, thanks. And as that summer weather begins, it's important to make sure that you take the steps to protect yourself and maybe even others from the heat. Medical Reserve Corps Director for the Northeast Regional Health Office, Miss Jane Harper, is here with me to tell us how older adults can best protect themselves from the summer temperatures. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi Ainsley, it's good to be here.
Well, we are so thankful you're here today, but let's go ahead and get right to it. Why is it important to focus on hot weather safety, especially in the older adult community?
Well, older adults are particularly vulnerable to heat-related illness. So folks who have pre-existing conditions or who are on medication are more susceptible to heat. And also they have less of the ability to regulate their body as it gets hot quickly or it's a sustained heat. So we're worried about heat exhaustion or heat stroke, which can be life-threatening.
And speaking of that, what are some of the signs and symptoms when it comes to heat-related illnesses?
Well, heat exhaustion is less serious than heat stroke. So for exhaustion, you're looking to see if somebody is sweating excessively, if they're pale, if they've got muscle cramps or they're feeling weak. They may be nauseous or vomiting, and they may be thirsty.
What are some steps that people can take when it comes to the hot weather? Is there something they can do ahead of time and maybe when it is, pretty warm out?
Well, we want to make sure that that there's a 6-step plan. We want to make sure they hydrate, drink lots of water or sports drinks, and avoid caffeinated drinks and alcohol. We want to make sure that folks are take cool breaks, and we all move so much more slowly when it's hot out, so we should plan for those breaks in the cool. Want to put on sunscreen before we go outside. Want to make sure that we know the timing, so if we still have to do chores and have appointments, so make sure that we do it early in the morning or in the evening. Watch our clothing, make sure we wear light colored clothing to reflect the light away, and make sure it's loose so it's not binding and making us hot. And finally, to stay indoors in the air conditioning. And if you're somebody who doesn't have air conditioning at home, see if you can get to a mall or a public library during the hot hours of the day.
And what should someone do if they see someone maybe experiencing a heat-related illness or issue?
Real important to get them out of the heat. Ideally get them indoors where it's air conditioned, but if you need to, get them in the shade. We want to cool them down. Again, if we're indoors, even a cool bath or shower, but if that's not available, you can wet down some napkins or a bandana with cold water. Have them tap it on their face or their arteries in their neck. If they're conscious, slowly sip some water or sports drink, again avoiding caffeinated beverages, and then watch for signs of heat stroke. That's the more serious condition. So if their skin is dry to the touch, or if they're light-skinned, if they've turned red, or if they're real flush, also they may have a very rapid heartbeat, and they could be nauseous or vomiting, and we want to call 911 and get the medical care as soon as possible.
Yes, well, I know that heat stroke can be a very serious issue, but all of these great tips, thank you so much for coming on First at 4 today.